Hello and welcome everyone. Today I would like to show you how we can turn our 10 divs into 100 divs. In my last video, if you still haven't seen it, I've showed you how we can turn our 1 div into 10 divs, and now we're gonna go and do the next step of reaching our 100 divines. I've tried hundreds of crafts. I did gloves, boots, quivers, rings, amulets, belts, and I just wanted to see what sells the best. And you would be surprised because I have one crazy belt craft that I actually did before, and it still sells for good currency, and it's actually pretty cheap to do, and you are almost guaranteed to make profit every single time. It worked for me. I've sold I think in 2 days I've sold 2 belts, and it netted me like 50 or 60 dips profits. I also did all the other trades, but nothing is selling good other than amulets, so we're gonna also have one amulet strategy. And just before we jump into how to craft those things, there is a new feature on YouTube called hype. It should be by your comment section. So if you're gonna scroll to your left, you should see the hype button. If you could press it, I would appreciate that. It's gonna help us reach more viewers, and it should help my channel grow. If you could do that, I would really appreciate that. Okay, so let's jump straight into the crafts. Okay, so the first craft that I've already mentioned would be the belt craft. It's crazy cheap to do. You can do this method for around 400x, maybe a little bit more than that. Let's say 400 to 600x for the whole craft, and you can get belt worth around, I don't know, 20 to even a 50 device. Let me show you and explain what to do. So basically, you want to grab yourself a free charm slot belt item level 82 with let's say 41 to 45 fire resistant on your first belt, or cold or lightning, and the second belt should have other resistance. Let's say here I have fire and cold, so you want to grab yourself 10 belts with 41 to 45 cold resistance and 10 belts with 41 to 45 fire resistance. Remember, they have to has they need 3 charm slots, and then we're gonna recombine those in the recombination. Make sure to have Omen of Recombination active. We're gonna select fire and cold, and we're gonna have around, let's say, 25% of success. Okay, so first try, and we already did it. If you want to skip the animation, you just go out and go in. So like that. Okay, we failed. Alright, let me recombine all of those, and we'll hear you shortly. Okay, so after recombination, our belts are looking like this. So we've managed to get 6 belts. I was pretty lucky, but the bases I was buying from one exalted orb to 20 exalted orb, which is really crazy. And for 20 exalted orb, there was around 500 of these belts left. So you have pretty a great room to maneuver. So if we have double resistances on our belts, and now you can either go for perfect exalted orbs or greater exalted orbs. I'm going for the perfect exalted orbs. We are late into the league, so let's make everything as good as it can be. So perfect exalted orb with omen of homogenizing exaltation to get our also we need omen of dexter exaltation, which I almost forget. So omen of homogenizing exaltation with omen of dexter exaltation, and we're gonna get our third res. Okay, 44, great. 37, not bad. 34, pretty bad. Chaos T1, good. 42, not bad. And 32. So with perfect exalted orb, you are guaranteed to hit at least tier 3. With greater exalted orb, I think you are guaranteed to hit at least tier 4. So now it's your choice to make. Either you wanna go for the greater, which are like, I don't know, 3x, and the bases are cheap, so you can do this craft for, let's say, 400 to 600 exalted orb, or even less than that. Depends on how lucky you are in the recombiner. And then you can also get T1, so you can just craft as many of those as you want. Just sell up the greater exalted and hope for T1 additional res. I went for perfect exalted, and as you can see, I got like 3. Oh yeah, and the chaos. I got 3 out of 6 with T1 resistances. So it isn't the best, but could be worse. Okay, so the next step would be slamming one greater exalted orb, and we are looking for a high tier life. Didn't get it, didn't get it, didn't get it. We are never lucky on those. Okay, but we didn't wasted anything, because we are going to grab Omen of Sinister Crystallization, and now we're gonna activate it with Essence of the Abyss, and we're gonna get rid out of the prefix that we just added with the greater exalted orb. If we would have hit life, our craft would be done. We only want triple res and high life, as highest as we can get. We didn't get it, so we're gonna try to roll it in the Well of Souls, which is also not guaranteed. And let me also grab collarbones, because we're gonna need those. Okay, so now after we added our prefix, we need to use Omen of Sinister Crystallization with Essence of the Abyss on our belts, just like so. And now we are going to have another chance to get the life. And we're gonna use Preserve Collarbone on our belts. Activate Omen of Abyssal Echoes, and we're gonna move into Well of Souls, and we're gonna also look for life. Okay. Okay. We can settle with that. It's not the best, but not the worst. It's gonna be worth around 10 divs, maybe even more than 10 divs. It's T3, I believe. Yeah, tier 3. Okay, we got life here, but you don't want to go that low. Okay, we go for charms. And we didn't get it, but we're gonna go for mana. Okay, so right now, if you want to spend even more on that, you could do Omen of Light to remove those desecrated prefixes, but I'm not gonna do that. I just gonna slap Exalted Orb and hope for life. Didn't get it, I got it here. Maybe I can sell this one for something. And in here also we're gonna do same steps for those with lower tier. Okay, so we're gonna add. Okay, we didn't get it. Essence of Sinister Crystallization with Essence of the Abyss. Okay, collarbones. Let me grab another collarbone. I don't think I have any more in here. Let me check. But I don't think I should have any. More collarbones. No. Oh, yeah, I do have. Alright. Okay, so collarbones. Omen of Abyssal Echoes are always on. And let's go. Let's look for a life. Okay, good enough. We can go for armor, not bad. Don't go for that. Don't go for that. We go for that. And now we just slap Exalted Orb, greater ones. Didn't get it. Never lucky. We didn't get it. But still, look how much you are going to spend on this craft. With on-user greater orbs, you at most you are going to spend, let's say, with the Omen of Sinister Crystallization and Abyssal Echoes, at most you are going to spend one div. This is like top. But you can sell those belts that you didn't get anything decent. That you didn't get anything decent for two divines, and I had like three or four of those sold. You're gonna see, obviously, you're gonna see all the images of how much and what to look within those belts. But simple craft for less than a divine, and it could net you, let's say, 40 to 45 divines, and you would be surprised that they are still selling good. Remember to have 3 charm slots, and that's it. Okay, let's move into the next. So my second method would be using currency exchange, but I'm not gonna show how I'm doing it because I've showed you in the first video of how you can do that. But instead of showing you how you can earn currency in the currency exchange, which you can watch in the first video, I'm gonna show you how to get a crazy amount of gold for literally a few hundred X, and you don't even have to leave your hideout. So we're gonna buy broken circle artifacts. They are I think 10 of them are like 1x. Exotic coinage like one is for 4x, and all of alchemy, they are cheap. Then we're gonna go to Gwennen and buy all of her stuff, just like so. Okay, so we're gonna buy it. Then we're gonna use Orb of Alchemy on non-golden ones, and then we're gonna sell it back. And then we're gonna refresh the shop. And you can do it over and over again. You can also use the Omen for gold if you want to even get your gold faster. But that's how I'm getting my gold. And in few minutes you can get around 1 million gold. Simple as that. And then you can either use it to craft things, or you can use it for the currency exchange, which gonna consume hella lot of gold. So yeah, that's the way I'm doing it. Maybe there are better ways, like running maps with gold gear that increase drop chance of gold and etc. But that's how I'm getting my gold without leaving the hideout, without having to do the mappings and stuff, and it's very cheap. For around, let's say, one div, you're gonna have like few million gold. Okay, so that would be the second way of how you can make currency, and let's move into the third way of how you can make your first 100 div, and it will be an amulet craft. Okay, so let's move into the third way of how you can make your first 100 divs and the last craft of today. So you want to pick up golden amulet with +3 to all spell skills. They are going for around 10 chaos orbs up to a divine. There is plenty of them on the market, so don't worry about it. And the second amulet would be lowest tier increased spell damage, and activate your Omen of Recombination, and let's recombine those two. Okay, so spell, Spell damage, you're gonna have around 75% of recombining, maybe even more than that. Spell damage, okay, so 2 out of 2. Great, and our amulets are looking like this. Now, the next step would be slapping 2 suffixes on, and the only 2 suffixes that we can get are increased cast speed and let me check the other one, increased cast speed and increased critical damage bonus. So we're gonna activate our Omen of Dexter Exaltation, then we're gonna activate Omen of Greater Exaltation, then we're gonna use our Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation, and now you have to decide. Either you want to go for Greater Exalted Orb or Perfect. As all of you know me, I'm going for the Perfect Exalted Orbs. So, again, Omen of Dexter Exaltation to add suffixes only, Omen of Greater Exaltation to add 2 modifiers, and Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation to copy our modifier tags. Okay, so let's go for... Okay, so we got T1, T1, perfect. And let's hope for 2 for 2. T2, T1, not the best. Okay, so now our amulets should look like this. We have increased spell damage, spell skills, cast speed, and critical damage bonus. And now we're gonna move into Well of Soul, and we're gonna look for max life. As because we are crafting the Blood Mage amulets right now. And these crafts are not that expensive and they are still selling good. Like the perfect, I will show you after the craft. Okay, so we are in the Well of Souls. Activate our Omen of Abyssal Echoes with Omen of Sinister Crystallization. The prices of them went down, so this craft is very good to do right now. And now we need to add Perfect Essence of Enchantment to get rid of our increased spell damage. Okay, so we're gonna add global defenses, and now we need to add Essence of the Abyss. Okay, just like so. And preserve collarbone. And we're gonna roll for T1 max life. T1 max life is not too hard to get. I will roll it and we'll hear you after I gonna find it. As you could see, I was super unlucky with the second amulet. I got an T2 life, I think like 5 times. I got an spirit like 8 times, even back-to-back spirit, which is really, really rare. Like, you can get spirit every 10 to 15 rolls. Okay, but never mind. Okay, so our amulets should look like this. Max life, spell skills, cast speed, crit damage bonus on both of them. And I wanted to go for T1 life as because this is almost perfect amulet, and if I gonna get T2 spell damage with I'm sorry, I mean T1 spell damage with T1 max life, it should be worth around 100 divs. Okay, so the last step of the craft will be using Omen of Homogenizing Exaltation with Omen of Greater Exaltation, and then slapping either Greater or Perfect Exalted Orb. It all depends on you, whether you want to spend 5, 10 to 15 divs on this craft. I always go for the perfect ones. Let's hope for... Okay, T1, T2. This is still good. T1, T1. Okay, so our amulet should look like this, where you're gonna have spell damage, max life, spell skills, increased cast speed, and increased critical damage bonus. Okay, and now there is last thing to do. We're gonna use Flash Catalyst to quality those up. You can also use Divine Orb if you have low life roll. And let me just price check those, and we'll hear you shortly after I gonna price check all of those crafts that we've done in this episode. Okay, so I just price check both of those amulets, and they are worth around 50 div each. Maybe I could get more for them, but I don't want them to sit on the trading site for another week or so. And I've also listed the belts from today's video. I've listed them, let's say 40 minutes ago, and one of them I already sold for 10 divs. You're gonna have the screenshot of what was on it on top of the screen. But yeah, as you can see, they are still selling. As you can see, the golden amulets are selling, the belts are selling, and yeah, they are pretty easy crafts, and they are selling fast. And if you want to get your currency fast and you don't want to wait, let's say another week or two to sell some stuff, do those two crafts, and you should reach 100 divs within a week or so. And I'm planning on doing another video, maybe with a higher range crafts, let's say crafts where we're gonna have to spend around 50 to 100 divs on each craft, but our profit would be, let's say, 100 to 150 divs. If you would like to see it, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions, or if you are struggling with any crafts, make sure to join my Discord channel. Link will be in the comment section. So just message me there or message anyone, and I should answer within a few hours or so. So yeah, I think that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and see ya in the next videos. Bye.